let's take a look at this roster for the Mountain West Saints. So I'm going to start with our quarterbacks, Derek Carr from Fresno State, Josh Allen from Wyoming, and then third string David Fales from San Jose State. At running back, we have Rashad Penny from San Diego State, Jay Ajayi from Boise State, and Alexander Madison from Boise State as well. Fullback, we have Nick Bodden from San Diego State. At wide receiver, we have Devontae Adams from Fresno State, Michael Gallup from Colorado State, Rashard Higgins from Colorado State, Preston Williams from Colorado State, and Bryce Butler from San Diego State. At tight end, we have Jacob Hollister from Wyoming, Virgil Green from Nevada, and Josh Oliver from San Jose State. Left tackle, we have Charles Leno Jr. from Boise State, Donald Penn from Utah State, and Ty Sombrello from Colorado State. At left guard, we have Joel Bitonio from Nevada, and Ben Garland from Air Force. Center, we have Matt Paradis from Boise State and Weston Richburg from Colorado State. And at right guard, we have Chase Roulier from Wyoming and Nico Siragusa from San Diego State. Right tackle, we have Daniel Brunskill from San Diego State. Now at left end, we have DeMarcus Lawrence from Boise State, Morgan Fox from Colorado State. Right end, we have Tyrone Crawford from Boise State and Eddie Yarbrough from Wyoming. Defensive tackle, we have Tyler Davison from Fresno State, Mitch Unrein from Wyoming, and Mike Purcell from Wyoming as well. Left outside linebacker, we have Leighton Vander Esch from Boise State and Kamale Correa from Boise State as well. Middle linebacker, we have Bobby Wagner from Utah State, who will be a big part of this defense considering he's a superstar X-Factor. Brandon Marshall from Nevada, and Jelani Tavai from Hawaii. Right outside linebacker, we have Shaquille Barrett from Colorado State, who was really good this year, and Kyler Fackrell from Utah State. Now at corner, we have Nevin Lawson from Utah State, Orlando Scandrick from Boise State, Jamar Taylor from Boise State, and Benny Benwickery from San Jose State. Free safety, we have Devontae Kazee from San Diego State, Darian Thompson from Boise State. Strong safety, we have Deshaun Gibson Sr. from Wyoming, and George Iloka from Boise State. Now kicker, we have Jason Sanders, the Dolphins kicker right now from New Mexico. And at punter, we have Rigoberto Sanchez, the Colts punter from Hawaii. Okay, now moving on to the American Steelers, which, if you didn't know, Mike Tomlin coached at Memphis for a little bit, and that is why Steelers are the American. And I explained in the last video, the reason Mountain West is the Saints is because Sean Payton used to coach at San Diego State. Anyways, look at the American quarterbacks. Case Keenum from Houston, Blake Bortles from UCF, and Paxton Lynch from Memphis. Now, running back, we have Marlon Mack from South Florida, Latavius Murray from UCF, and Tony Pollard from Memphis. At fullback, we have Anthony Sherman from UConn. Wide receiver, Emmanuel Sanders for SMU, Cortland Sutton from SMU, Robbie Anderson from Temple, Cole Beasley from SMU, and Anthony Miller from Memphis. At tight end, we have Travis Kelce, superstar X-Factor, one of the big playmakers on this team. From Cincinnati, we have Charles Clay from Tulsa, and Ryan Griffin from UConn. Now, left tackle, we have Dean Dawkins from Temple, Kelvin Beachum from SMU, Justin McCray from UCF. Left guard, we have Jordan Devey from Memphis, Aaron Evans from UCF. At center, we have Jason Kelsey from Cincinnati, and Austin Ryder from South Florida. Ron Leary, we have at right guard, we have Ron Leary from Memphis, Parker Ehinger from Cincinnati. Right tackle, we have Justin Murray from Cincinnati. Left end, we have Matthew Ioannidis from Temple, Derek Wolfe from Cincinnati, and Muhammad Wilkerson from Temple. And at right end, we have Jannard Avery from Memphis. Defensive tackle, we have Linval Joseph from East Carolina, Ed Oliver from Houston, and Don Terry Poe from Memphis, which is a very strong part of this defense. Left outside linebacker, we have Jason Pierre-Paul, JPP, from South Florida, and Tyus Bowser from Houston. Middle linebacker, I know it says Ryan Chase here, but we can't get him off the roster because he's injured, so I can't cut him. But he's not part of the team, he's not going to play. Landon Roberts from Houston, Tyler Matakovich from Temple, and Nigel Harris from South Florida. Right outside linebacker, we'll have Aaron Lynch from South Florida, and Tahir Whitehead from Temple. At corner, we have Byron Jones from UConn, AJ Boye from UCF, Shaquille Griffin from UCF, and William Jackson III from Houston. Free safety, we have Bobby McCain from Memphis and Kemal Ishmael from UCF. Strong safety, we have Clayton Geathers from UCF and Andrew Adams from UConn. Kicker, we have the former, but now, I'm sorry, Lions kicker Matt Prater from UCF, and we have the Saints punter Thomas Morstead from SMU. Anyways, let's get started into this game, guys. I'm so hyped. We're going to get to see a playoff game from the last time we saw one of those was about 2 months ago in the Super Bowl. So, match them up. Okay, so the way it's going to work today is we'll have the Saints, and we'll have the American Steelers. We'll be playing at the Steelers' home stadium. It will be the earliest game. And there'll be 15-minute quarters because I like to say it's realistic. So let's get straight into it. And the weather will be random. So, I'm excited. Gonna have to do all that again. I'm disappointed in that. 15 minutes. 1 o'clock. Random. Okay. Advance into the game. Are you as hyped as I am, Poppers? Poppers says, I am hyped. She said the Jets didn't get to play this year because they did play last year. If you didn't know, I did it last year because, not one of my, some of my close friends are watching this, and they watched the games with me. But if you didn't know, Big Ten went all the way last year. They won the Madden 19 tournament. So let's see who wins the Madden 20 tournament. Big Ten's a big favorite. Big 12 went all the way to the Super Bowl last year just because Patrick Mahomes carried them all the way. Anyways, let's get through these intros. So let's get straight into the game. Now, see, I say the American and Mountain West have a chance, and I think the Mountain West has the best chance of going the farthest, and that's actually my pick to win this game today, would be the Mountain West, or the Saints. And it's because of just one simple reason, really. It's because they have a balanced offense and defense. Now, America has a good defense, but I'm not certain of their quarterback, Case Keenum. So let's get our first look at none other than Mr. Derek Carr. Coming out on the field, Mr. Number 4. See his 2018 stats. They didn't look great, but actually, if you watch 2019, this year, he had a great, phenomenal year. Almost took the Raiders to the playoffs, which is pretty impressive considering he had almost no weapons. Josh Jacobs turned out to be big for him, but let's see if he can take this team that's actually pretty strong on offense to the playoffs. He has a great receiver in Devontae Adams, and his offensive line's pretty solid. So let's see if it can hold up against this pretty stout American defensive line. So he gets under center. It looks like a run to Rashad Penny, the man out of San Diego State. He gets the carry up the middle for a short gain of 2 yards. Let's take a look at this Mountain West offense. Of course, we see our offensive line, Leno Jr., Tonio Paradis, Richburg, and Penn. And then Adams, Ajayi, Penn, and Hollister. I think it was Gallup. His last one. Sorry, I didn't read him fast enough. So let's see if they can do a little. Looks like, honestly, I'm going to guess a pass here. It looks like the Steelers are bringing 5 men on this blitz unless one of them drops off. And he does. He has all the time to read the ball. He throws an absolute dart to none other than Mr. Michael Gallup. It's a great throw, honestly, though. And if you didn't know, the Mountain West made it all the way to the divisionals last year, and they actually did really, really well. They almost beat the eventual runner-up Big 12 champions, but they just ended up running out of gas in the fourth quarter. They were actually up until the fourth quarter, but they just ran out of steam at the end there, and they ended up losing a very close game. Anyways, so it looks like it's going to be a run for Rashad Penny now. Let's see if this American defensive line can hold. Ooh, they got a big hole. What a move by Rashad Penny to get just short of the first down. 2nd and 2. This is actually putting together a rather strong opening drive, these first 3 plays for the Mountain West Saints. Let's see if they're going to be able to get a touchdown this opening drive. Ooh, looks like it's going to be a run, but it's an odd. I think they have 2 tight ends on the field right now. Could be a run. Oh, then he decided to go pass here. Oh, and he hit and misses a wide open Mountain West player. But let's look at the Steelers defense. We've got Ioannidis, Joseph, and Derek Wolfe on the defensive line. Now we have JPP, Landon Roberts, Tyler Matakovich, and Tahir Whitehead, and then Byron Jones, Clayton Geathers, Bobby McCain, and AJ Boye, which is by far the strongest unit of that defense. Also, the defensive line's nothing to joke at either. The linebacker core is not honestly that great other than JPP. That would be quick slants would be obviously the best routes to go against this team. But they go I formation here with, I think, Nick Bond's the other guy, I think. Ooh. Oh, they go pitch. Oh, that could be a first down or it could not be. That's a close, a 4th and inches. Sadly, what do you do here? It was a nice tackle with Byron Jones, but I think I'd go for it. He worked in the I formation last time. Actually, I'd just go run up the middle with him. But bring out Ajayi on the field. That's what he's great at, is just bodying up the middle. Tackle's just short of the first down marker. I'd go for it. If I was Sean Payton, I'd be going for it, but it doesn't look like he is, which I don't understand. Sean Payton, you're so risky all the time in real life. Why aren't you going for this? It's 4th and inches. You're at the 30, but he punts it anyways with. That's a net gain of 19. That was a bad decision. I don't understand it, but get a first look at this American offense with Case Keenum throwing the ball. He didn't have a great 2018. Honestly, he didn't have a great 2019, but he is, of course, the best of the American quarterbacks, considering the other one's Blake Bortles, and he's the only one that can give Keenum a run for his money. But let's see what the American can do on this opening drive. If you don't remember, this linebacker core is very strong for the Mountain West Saints, so it's going to be really difficult to go slants, but you could probably attack deep. Case Keenum goes up empty set, Mike Tomlin goes up empty set, I guess. So he drops back to pass. He's all the time, really, in the world. He scans the field, and he throws it to the Saints sideline. I mean, really. Okay, let's look at the Steelers' offense. We get Deion Dawkins, Austin Breeder, Jason Kelsey, Ron Leary, and Kelvin Beachum Jr., Emmanuel Sanders, Latavius Murray, Marlon Mack, Travis Kelsey, and Robbie Anderson, which, okay, so if you didn't know, and nobody knows other than me, Pittsburgh, the American Steelers, and the Independent Chiefs were the exact same overall, which is what we go off in the rankings. So they actually had to play a playoff game, and it went into overtime. And the Independent Chiefs actually ended up winning that game. So let's look at this Mountain West defense for a second. So we get DeMarcus Lawrence, Tyler Davidson, Mitch Unrein, and Tyrone Crawford. We have Leighton Vander Esch, Bobby Wagner, and Shaquille Barrett, which is an absolute phenomenal 3 linebackers. And Nevin Lawson, Deshaun Gibson, Devontae Kazee, and Orlando Scandrick, which Orlando Scandrick's pretty good, as he proved with the Chiefs. But, I mean, that defensive line's susceptible other than DeMarcus Lawrence, who's great, really. The linebacker, I would not go quick slants on this team, because honestly, the linebackers are phenomenal. So let's see. They actually ended up losing an overtime game, but Robbie Anderson had something like 150 yards. It was amazing. Oh, DeMarcus Lawrence after Case Keenum, he gets hit while he's throwing it, and it was off target. We're seeing a 4th and 10. Man, defense for Mountain West showed out to play. I don't even think they didn't give up a single yard on that drive. A single yard. Let's see if Tom Morstead can kick it deep. Case Keenum actually had a really good game in the seeding game, but they ended up losing anyways. Let's see if we can get it. Nope, we don't even get to see a return. That's sad. I hate when I don't get to see returns. I think it's Rashad Penny returning the kicks for the Mountain West, and I'm pretty sure, right? But let's see if the Mountain West Saints can drive down the field. It's very interesting. Adelaide. So Derek Carr's in the huddle. Let's talk about some of these players. Rashad Penny he had an okay 2018 season. He got hurt at the end of the year, which is what caused the Seahawks. Anyways, looks like Derek Carr's going under center. He hands it off up the middle to Rashad Penny, and that goes almost nowhere. And the reason why the American Steelers, they didn't have a bad game. They had a pretty bad game defensively, to be honest. But the main reason why they didn't win that game is because the Okay, never mind. We'll go back to this game. So they're going in I formation. He hands it off, and man, get dumped in the backfield. Rashad Penny's averaging 2 yards per game. But the main reason they didn't win is because Marlon Mack did not do well running the ball last game against the independent Chiefs. And Chiefs did well running the ball. And it's going to be really interesting to see if Marlon Mack can get going against this Saints front, which, to be honest, is not that strong. Or is it the offensive line that's the issue? But this is a big third down for Derek Carr in the offense. Let's see if he can pick it up. Oh, he dumps it off short. What was that? There was not a single reason he wasn't under pressure. Hollister is only 2 yards. Boy, Hollister's not going to outrun everyone. It's Jacob Hollister. Let's see if... Okay, so Rigoberto Sanchez will hit this deep. That is probably my father. Sports analysis, who always says we have to wait and see. Isn't that annoying? Or anyone else watching the channel? Maybe it's just me who finds that upsetting. Let's see this return. Ooh, what a juke, but he ends up getting chased down anyways. I think it's Pollard, yeah. Tony Pollard's a returner. Case Keenum gets a chance to prove his worth on offense, which didn't do well last time. Let's see if it can do a little bit better this time. The only drive we've really had is that first Mountain West drive. But other than that, we really haven't seen anything that great. So let's just watch them spin around in a huddle for a little bit. Okay, so Keenum goes empty set, which is weird here because he's not a running quarterback, so you don't have to worry about a quarterback draw or anything. So I would have always brought Marlon back with me. Oh, nice throw. That was a nice throw to get that 7 yards. Jonathan, Mr. Charles Clay, which is really weird because he wasn't really involved in that last game, and it's because he's not that great. But a player to watch out for, because I saw it in the other game, is the fact that Robbie Anderson is an absolute beast. So they go pitch with Marlon Mack. Oh, and he has the edge, and he gets like a few yards. But it's first down, 5 yards. Better than most of his runs last week, or a few days ago, I guess. I was first down for American Steelers. Now, the guy to watch out for is that number 11, Mr. Robbie Anderson. He had like 100 and some yards in that last game. So, receiving. So, just watch out, because not only that, but he had like an 80-yard touchdown that went backwards, so Keenum has all the time in the pocket, but Mr. DeMarcus Lawrence gets through his offensive tackle and gets to the quarterback. You don't want to let him get one more sack because then he'll unlock his X-Factor ability and then he'll be almost unstoppable. So it'll be interesting how they defend him for the rest of the game. Calvin Beachum actually did a pretty good job there considering he was way overpowered. Did the spin move on him, unfortunately, I just destroyed him. I think he wanted to go to Robbie Anderson, but Deshaun Gibson Sr. actually had that covered up very, very well. So, let's see, 2nd and 17, what they decided to do here. Man, they're not in a good run formation. They're not going to run it. So, let's see, what are they going to do here? Oh, they actually do run it. They go draw, and it actually worked with Marlon Mack. He gets 6 yards on the play, but it's still 3rd and 11, so still doing pretty well for the Mountain West Saints. It's looking like they're going to stop him here. But, again, if Case Keenum can just get it to Robbie Anderson, he's magic. He's magical in the open field. Don't forget that Travis Kelce's also on this team, so he's also great. So, when they bring a 5-man blitz, he dumps it off to Travis Kelce, and he goes really nowhere. He gets 3 yards, but they're going to have to punt. But luckily, they've gone far enough down the field that they can hopefully pin him with Thomas Morstead. Let's see if Derek Carr can have this offense click like it did the first drive, or if it's going to look like... what the heck? They're attempting probably the longest field goal ever. And it's no good, which obviously it was actually a lot closer than I thought. It should be. they're kicking for like their own side. Wait, did that go through? I honestly don't know. Sometimes it looks like it goes through, but they call it no good for some reason. Poppers, no, aren't you enjoying the game? So Derek Carr and the Saints are going to actually get very good field position right here. Instead of being pinned deep, they're actually on the Steelers side of the field. So let's see what happens here. Derek Carr. So Rashad Penny needs to get the ball more. In my opinion, with the Saints, they look like it's going to definitely be a run play. Although I think I'd go play action here because it looks like they're selling out against the run. Oh, no, this is going to be the run then. They brought the tight end across the field. They only get a yard or 3. Never mind, they get 3 yards on the play. That's better than I thought it was. Puppers is distracted because my mother's in the kitchen. Dang, Mama says that lady. He's so distracting. Distracting. Okay. So let's see. Okay, so it doesn't look like a run play to me. I think it's probably going to be a pass here. So Derek Carr, they go draw, and it didn't work at all for Jay, I understand trying to get the ground game going, but yeah, and I really do want to get the ground game going as well, but it's not looking great right now, so you might want to go more pass-oriented offense and then try to go back to the run. Bring it up later as try to... Okay, so they go play action here, 3rd and 7. He has all the time in the world except that defensive tackle's backing into him. Oh no, he throws it while getting hit. And what a dime! All the way down to the 10-yard line for none other than Mr. Davante Adams. What a throw by Derek Carr. He's getting mauled while I thought he just overthrew him, but boom, that was accurate. So accurate to get it to Davante Adams while being hit. That's amazing, to be honest. Amazing Adelaide. What a throw. His first catch is for Davante Adams, but truly no one else is there. We go I formation here. It's me. I'll be right back after this play. Oh, wait, never mind. My mom's getting it. What timing? So they get stuffed on that play, which they've done on all other runs. Let's see if they can actually punch it in here, if they're going to settle for a field goal. Okay, so looks like a pass here. Looks like a passing formation for him. Okay. 4-man rush and Matthew Ioannidis gets to him. Derek Carr didn't run like he needed to. He needed to get away from Ioannidis, but he just didn't. He decided that he just wanted to get sacked, I guess. Like, I understand that the offensive line was beat easily. You gotta run though. You gotta run away. Instead of just like kind of spinning in circles, Derek Carr. Man, the offensive line didn't block well, though. 78 was getting in there quickly as well. So 3rd and 19. I just don't know if they're going to get this first down, but field goal's not a bad thing for this drive. Considering it's only the second drive that has ended up with you going over the 50-yard line. He throws it. It was a good throw, and it got a good amount of yardage, but it's still good. Oh, wait, never mind. He dropped the pass. Oh, my God. Shard Higgins, it's not okay. That needs to be caught. Like, that's an easy catch in the NFL. You need to catch that in the NFL. That gives Sean Payton a choice. Now he doesn't have a choice. You have to send... I don't remember their kicker's name. Oh, Jason Sanders. You have to send Jason Sanders out to kick this field goal. You don't have a choice. 4th and 19, but 4th and 1, you do have a choice. I mean, probably wouldn't go for it because he didn't go for the 4th and inches. That was like at the other guy's 30-yard line, so that was dumb. So kick it, and it's good. 3-0 lead for the Mountain West Saints. Let's see if Case Keenum can do the same thing on this next drive. Nice kick by Jason Sanders. Right through the uprights. They're only one overall lower than the Pittsburgh Steelers or the American Steelers. So it's actually going to be a really close game, which is what I'm excited about. I love close games. But I think the Mountain West Saints have a better chance of going deeper into the playoffs than the American Steelers. They could, realistically, they have this team. So if they win, they'd be the 8th seed. Well, they'd be the 9th seed, right? Okay, Tony Pollard returns it all the way to 30-yard line. But if they win this game, they'll be the 9th seed, the Mountain West Saints. So if the 10 seed and somehow the 11 seed, which 10 seed could do it. MAC is a very good team this year, and plus they have a great head coach in John Harbaugh. 11, that'd be Conference USA, and that'd be the Cowboys. But it's Conference USA, so it's not that. Conference USA could do it. Like the Big 12 is very good, but Conference USA also has put together a pretty good team. It's not a bad team, and it's not a great team, but it's a good enough team to get one upset out. So if all that happens, they'd end up playing the number 3 seed, the ACC Buccaneers, which you need to have all that work out for you, because otherwise you're playing the Big 10 Titans, which is very good. And again, Marlon Mack's going nowhere on the ground game. So Latavius Murray, I'm sorry. The ground game's not working for either team. They need to go to the pass more. Sorry, I stood up. But very interesting about how this playoff situation could work out for them. They could the very worst thing that could happen, they could end up playing. It was a pretty good run by Marlon Mack, who has not had a bad game by all means. No, he's had a good game, honestly. 3 rushes, 16 yards. It's averaging a little bit over 4 yards per carry. That's pretty good, honestly. But 5 yards per carry. That's averaging a little bit over 5 yards per carry, and that's really, really good. So this looks like a pass here for Case Keenum. Unless they're going draw, which I really don't think they're on 3rd and 5. So they go probably like slants or something. He scans the field and he throws incomplete because he's not a great quarterback. Man, if the American could get a semi-decent quarterback, then we'd be looking at a pretty good team here. But unfortunately, Case Keenum is quarterback. And it shows the offense, but they're going to punt it. 36. Yeah, Rigobert. No, Thomas Morstead. Going to get to see him punted away. Goodbye. Through the back of the end zone. Too big of a leg. Let's see if Derek Carr can lead the Saints out to another to a touchdown or another field goal, or if he's going to punt again, or if he's going to throw an interception. There's a lot of choices here for Derek Carr. See if Ioannidis can get after the quarterback again, or if Ed Oliver. We haven't seen a lot of Ed Oliver this game, but he has in the future for the next year or so, Ed Oliver could become an amazing player for the American Steelers. He could grow, and honestly, it'd be really cool if he did. And you get another great pass rusher other than Ioannidis. So they bring a blitz here. Ooh, oh my gosh. Derek Carr is carving up this defense. Another throw to Devontae Adams. Second catch, 47 yards for Devontae Adams. That's a lot of yards. And on top of that, he's being covered by, it's either, I think, AJ Boye or Byron Jones, who are both great corners, by the way. So it's really impressive that Derek Carr is able to do this. So they go play action here. The Steelers bring a blitz, and boom, another throw to Devontae Adams. Devontae Adams, that's his 3rd catch. He's at 72 yards already. So it just seems like you can't stop him. He's one of those receivers you got to double team. But then if you double team, you leave Rashard Higgins open, but he's not that bad. But honestly, you might want to focus on him a little bit. Michael Gallup, that's the guy I'm thinking of. He can carve you up. Like, he hasn't had a great game so far. He's only has 1 catch, but he was a big catch. Looks like a run play here. I'd be running the ball. but it's just not working on the ground. But it has been working in the air. Like, so they drop back. They have 3 tight ends on the field. And he drops it off to Rashad Penny, and picks up 6 yards. 6 for 8, 104 yards. That's already a good game. Like, first quarter, if he keeps that up, that's like 400-yard passing game. That's a great game to have. Look at all those Saints fans in the back. They're so excited. Problem is, I can't make it like a playoff game in this. Like, if that's one thing I would love for Madden. If I could make it a playoff game, that'd be amazing. Problem is, if it's not a playoff game, then it just goes into 1 overtime, and then it ends in like a tie, which it's never done before in the tournament. So I hope it's not going to do that now. So it looks like another run, but again, they could be tricking us. Yep, they do. They drop back to pass. He throws it wide open to, is that Hollister? I think it might be Jacob Hollister. Yeah. Second catch for Jacob Hollister. That's their top tight end for him. Virgil, you can see him get involved too. That's what happened last playoff game. Virgil Green, he's a really good player, honestly. Hollister wasn't as big of a part of the offense last year, but Virgil Green was. But Hollister's moved into that starting tight end role. So it's going to be interesting how that plays out with Virgil Green. So he hands it off to, looks like, it wasn't, so it's Jai, yeah. He hands it off to Jai. He picks up 6 yards. So that was a good run by Jai. See, that's what we need to do, mix in the pass and the run. Now, if I'm giving any advice to the Steelers, or the American Steelers, you gotta run the ball more. It's not working out for you in the pass game, to be honest, though. So he hands it. Oh, he goes option. Wow, that's an odd play to run. Sean Payton with Derek Carr. I mean, Derek Carr can move, but he's no Lamar or, I guess, Taysom Hill, which is what Sean Payton's used to. But 3rd and 2. Let's see if they can pick it up. They picked up 2 yards, which isn't bad, I guess. 3rd and 2. Let's see. Looks like they're bringing everyone inside. So maybe it's going to be a run. But, yeah, they hand it off. 1st down for Rashad Penny. Nice run. He's not even averaging 2 yards per carry, but that was a much-needed 1st down for him. Really, he's going to kill poor Steelers' spirits. Oh, this first quarter's coming to a close, which means we're going to be done with our first episode soon. I hope you guys enjoyed the Conference of Champions first quarter of this amazing thing. I'm really looking forward to it. I really enjoyed it last year, but I'm excited to share it with all of you. We only have 50 more seconds left, so I hope you guys enjoy them as well. Anyways, let's see. Derek Carr looks like he's gonna. I'd be passing it here, yeah. So they bring a blitz, and he throws it to a wide open. Oh, let's see. Is that? Okay, I don't know that. It was Rashad Higgins. Okay, he dropped another big pass earlier in the game, but this one he catches. Good job. But Derek Carr as well. Rashad Higgins. Found the open man, gets it in there just in time. And he doesn't drop it, so that's a good thing. Man out of Colorado State. And the Saints are about to take a 10-0 lead. Assuming that Jason Sanders makes this extra point. And he does, 10-0. So we'll give 41 seconds to the American Steelers offense. So it's a little bit wrong there. It's not almost over. Well, it is almost over. So, like, they went 80 yards. See, that was a great drive by Derek Carr. He carved up that defense with Devontae Adams. So they have a 10-0 lead for into the first quarter, probably. Sean Payton says, coach, this first quarter. Well, so let's see. Gonna kick off. We see none other, I think it's Rigoberto Sanchez who kicks off for the Mountain West team. Let's see. Fires away. The home field team is down. So let's see if Tony Pollard can get a bigger return. Hey, 35-yard line. That's not a bad 34, but that's not a bad return by any means. It was a short kick by Rigoberto Sanchez. It's weird. Normally he gets it out of the back of the end zone. Let's see if Case Keenum can actually throw a ball to a receiver this time. So you actually have receivers there, though. Like, it's not like he has bad receivers. Robbie Anderson's pretty good. Emmanuel Sanders is pretty good as well. And added the fact that Cole Beasley's his slot guy. And tight end wise, he's killing it. Travis Kelce, he needs to get it to him more. Cortland Sutton, yeah, that guy right there, number 14. He can get the ball. He's very good. So let's see. He's under center. Looks like he's going to hand it off. Ooh! And Marlon Mack literally goes nowhere. I thought I saw a big hole, but, you know, he ran straight into a Saints player, so. Pittsburgh has 3 passing yards. 3. Portland has 120 something. That's amazing. Let's see if we're going to have one more play here, if that's going to be the end of it for us. We're going to get one more play, at the very least. If he passes it, maybe 2. He drops back to pass. He throws it over the middle. First down for Mr. Marlon Mack, in case Keenum actually throws. But that's the end of the first quarter for us. Anyways, this is GGB, co-host Puppers. Thank you guys for watching it with us. Anyways, see you guys next time. Adios, amigos.